What's up, YouTube fam? Huge shout out to my boy Milosh Kitkovich, and he is the person here that makes these 4K videos. I think he has a little bit more than 500,000 subscribers, and I've been using his videos for a while now, even back to the Z9D days as well, making videos of his videos basically. And the reason I'm showing you all his information right here is because I had the honor of corresponding with him and talking with him about his videos and how much I love his work. And the reason I love his work so much is everything is so natural. It shows how natural each TV that I have bought over the last 5 years looks. It gives me the natural representation of, you know, not only his beautiful work of art here that he shoots on every single one of his videos across the world, but it gives me a representation on which TV I like when I go buy one or when I bring one home, when I test one out, what have you. And as you know, all you've known, I've had probably about 25 different TVs now over the last 5 years. Z9D, 900E, you know, A1E, you know, the list goes on. C1, C7, E7, you know, 950G, LG, you know, all the LGs, Samsungs, even a few Vizios. But this is my particular hometown. He caught my eye when he made this video, and I'm just right down the street from this, guys. This is basically someplace that I go to about 10 times a year to go hike or to go sightsee, to go just relax, read a book, what have you. And it's literally 10 minutes down the street. So I had to get a hold of him. I had to talk to him. And hopefully, with this COVID thing going to leave and everything, by the next year when he gets out here, we're going to sit down and have a beer. We're going to talk about some of his great work, because all his stuff is just awe-inspiring. And I want you guys to click on his stuff and check out every single one of them, especially when you're judging a TV, because his stuff is pinpoint accurate on naturalism, okay, of how the picture should look. Much respect. With that said, like and subscribe on mine as well. And I do have a Patreon. If you want to feel like you want to throw in a little something, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. But onward with the reason why I want you guys to look at this X-wide viewing angle is what we're going to talk about today. Should you buy a TV with one or without one? Does it make a difference? It absolutely makes a difference. And I wouldn't own a TV without it. You know, short question and answer for you right there. As I've owned this particular TV set and a 950G 75-inch, both of those had the X-wide viewing angle. Unfortunately, the 950G 65 did not, Sony. I've noticed a few things in particular is when I stand up, for instance, I'm going to tell you simple things, to go get a drink. No, I no longer have to worry about going to get the drink and then if the picture quality is going to drop 50% by just me standing up. Or my wife sitting next to me 3 feet away, I'm not going to have to worry about the picture dropping 35%, 40%, 50%, 60%, whatever you want to call it, because it's going to look washed out for her and good for me. You know, everybody has a seat in the house, just like an OLED TV. On the sides, the love seat, you know, and let's face it, these TVs, the 75-inch, 85-inch TVs are made for big rooms. They're not made for small rooms. They're not made for you to sit in front of the TV 7 feet away from it. You know, my boy does that, you know, and that's what he likes to do. He plays a lot of video games. But on the most part, I noticed that people buy these big screens because they want, you know, they're going to put them in a big environment so everybody can get a good quality picture. There's no gamma shift. That's why I mentioned this now, where if I move my head to the left 6 inches, you get a little bit of a less of a picture. And if I move it to the right, I get less of a picture. You don't have that when you have an X-wide viewing angle. Now there's the argument that you give up a little bit of contrast, and you probably do, but it's not a big of a difference where you're going to be able to tell if you bought a 75-inch Z9F TV set. I'll tell you that right now. you're not gonna be able to tell it drop off in black. It doesn't just drop off and you're gonna be able to see. And if your eyes are that good, you could see that tiny little bit of difference, you're tripping. And you have to have something to compare it to. You know, they don't make a Z9F without X-wide viewing angle, so what are you going to compare it to with anyways, to even say that? And if you're sitting close to the TV, cross-hatching, I've heard a few people in the forums talk about cross-hatch. You're sitting too close to the damn TV. If you could see the little lines of the cross-hatching, and I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest with you anyways. I've tried some of these little things, and it just looks crappy up front. I don't like TVs that you're sitting right onto the TV 5 feet away on a 75 inch. You should be back at least 10 feet, in my opinion, to 15 feet, depending on the individual and if you have some eye problems or what have you. But that's my opinion. I'm gonna give you some shots with the X-wide viewing angle to the right to let you see if the picture's dropped off or not. I made a video like this before, but it didn't really seem to hit home. Hopefully this one will. But the Z9F, you're looking at the picture as, I've been to this spot, I go here all the time. So this made me even more amped up about the Z9F, because now I get to see how accurately the picture represents what I've seen in person. I've stood right here. I've stood right here as well. This is right up against the road here. He kind of moved down. He's got some great camera equipment. Right there, Cheyenne Mountain, right behind there. I've walked where those people are walking. Sorry about the hand there. And I've been right there on that little ledge over there. So this is the opposite side. Let's see here. Yeah, there's homes right below right there. So this is some place where I go all the time, and to see it on the Z9F, it just doesn't sink in and how accurate the picture really is when you see something of some place that you've actually been or a place where you actually live. So with that said, I'm gonna give you some side shots and let you check it out as well. Back behind that mountain is called Pikes Peak. It's 13,500 feet. And when you go to the top of there, there's usually an ambulance on top. If you have breathing problems, that's not the place to go. And it looks beautiful when there's snow on the top. You can see the timberline. But another outstanding and beautiful shot right here. It's recreated to its fullest on the Z9F. Now, my camera's not really bringing it to you raw like his camera's bringing it to you. You know, I wish I had his equipment. That's one of the questions I'm going to ask him is, how much are you spending on this equipment? It's got to be, you know, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 worth of equipment. If not, then he's doing a hell of a job with some, you know, less expensive equipment, because man, this looks astonishing, guys. And I'm going to put something in his description as well, to go to his YouTube channel and check him out as well. And I'm so fortunate to have his permission to actually start using his videos now to showing you guys how great the Z9F Sony is. But with that said, I'm gonna give you some side shots now, and we're gonna press pause here and give you another shot to the side to see how great the X-wide viewing angle is. I wish I had a TV that didn't have X-wide, that I could show you the difference for those of you that are not familiar with it. Okay, here's a shot to the side right here. And I kind of went back a little bit to show you some of the video there, to get in the middle stand. I'm trying to get that metal stand out of there of my entertainment rack there. There we go. So we're about 10 feet, I'm gonna stretch a little bit, 8 feet away from the love seat, maybe 9 feet on the side of the screen. Here's the side, guys. It looks OLED-like. There's no drop off that I'm seeing here. With the scenes that I have right here, I've tried other scenes as well, but as you can see, it's just as stunning on the side as it is the front of the TV set. Now, who wouldn't want this? Maybe somebody that sits 7 feet from the screen, or 6 feet right in front of the screen, that has a small room. The room's not big enough for the TV, basically, and you're kind of, you know, wheeling and dealing, kind of shoving it in there. And then you're kind of sitting in front of it and you know, burning your eyes out type of thing. Or, you know, somebody that, you know, just wants to sit up, you know, real close to the TV. That's what they like, you know. Each individual person has their own preference and taste, bottom line. And, you know, like I said, I was just basically wanting to express about the X wide viewing angle and why it's so great. I think they came out with this in 2018, I believe. Yes, the Z9F 65-inch was the first version of the X wide viewing angle. I understand when they came out with the 75-inch later, it looks a little better. The screen looks a little bit more darker, and the screen looks more, I think they did something to it. There's a few people that could expand on that. If you know what I'm talking about, please comment on that in the comments. But this, I can't get over the video. Basically my hometown, I'm just so overwhelmed with how good the Z9F looks when I seen this. Like I said, I had to reach out to them and finally get a hold of them, and you know, offer to meet up with them. But once again, thank you for letting me use this video. You guys, his description's in the link there. You guys have a good one.